This time, we take a ride out to North Wales and ride the Titan at Zip World. Now before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. When we booked tickets for the Titan zip line, I think Tom had ideas of taking a couple of mates along and having a nice bit of japery. Not so fast, we said. We're going as well, matey. We didn't want to miss out. And also, going to North Wales would make a really good excuse for a ride out. So, I think on some level he may have been a little bit disappointed to be dragging the old farts around. But I don't think he really minded too much. This portion of Zip World is based at the old Blaenau Festiniog slate mines, and the slate mine museum is still there. But there's also a range of attractions for thrill seekers, such as a truly massive trampoline based in one of the caves, and of course, the zip line that we were going to go on. Now, to be honest, we had no idea what to expect. We kind of knew it was going to be a zip line. We didn't know how many falls it was going to be, how high it was going to be, or how fast. But we expected we'd find out when we got there. Now, there are a couple of routes that we can use from our home in Shropshire to get to North Wales. One involves riding up towards Chester and taking a dual carriageway down the coast road. We didn't really fancy that route because, well, Tom's on a 125 and he had been screaming the nuts off the poor thing for a few hours. So instead, we took a more rustic route, took us through Shrewsbury and on into Wales that way. Thus Tom was able to lead for long portions of the route and not feel like he was holding anybody up. Mind you, that said, he still had to thrash the living daylight out of the poor thing, as usual. Riding in Wales is always great fun, with a couple of caveats. One is that the roads are often very congested with tourists, and the other is the local police, because some of the traffic cops in North Wales are about as cheerful as a Leonard Cohen concert. But don't be put off, Wales has a lot to offer the budding motorcyclists. The roads are great, the scenery is really lovely, and the locals on the whole are a pretty friendly bunch. We really enjoyed our ride into Wales today. The traffic wasn't too bad, and the weather held off, so at least the roads were dry, if nothing else. The scenery is always great, so we took in a lot of that as we slipped along behind what traffic we did encounter. It didn't take us long to reach the Welsh border, and then a short while after that, we reached Blaenau Festiniog, our destination for the day. And I knew when I got up this morning that the day was going to be entertaining. One, we were going to get to ride into Wales, but most importantly, we were going to go on a zip line. This was going to be entertaining because I knew for an absolute fact that Deb is shit scared of heights. Let the fun begin. There are reminders all over the side of Blaenau Festiniog's once famous slate mine industry.
Oh, Tom.
I think that's a good look for you, actually, Tom.
Well,
Really
you
nice.
don't think it's a good look?
Not that we were too focused on history, you understand. Once kitted up, you're all loaded into an old military truck for the long drive to the top of the hill. This takes several minutes, and the driver acts as something of a tour guide, as he gives you details about the old industry that was there. The slate mining industry was at its peak during the Victorian era and gradually faded during the 1970s. Stop embarrassing Tom, Deb. Leave him alone. Where was I? Oh yeah. There was spoil from mining activity scattered everywhere. This gives the place an aspect of some desolate alien world.
I thought we had to go ski and commando parachute jumping.
Yeah, maybe. I better go airsoft and a paintball and
Airsoft.
Oh my fucking god.
first impression you get as you leap off is, whoa, that's pretty high. But then as you pass low over some of the hedges and things, you think, bloody hell, I'm actually going pretty quickly. And when you hit the ramp at the end, you take a hell of a jolt.
Don't wait for me or anything. Where the hell were you?
No, he said, do you want to wait so you can get them on camera? Told you not to put your coat on.
I'm warm now, yeah.
Warm.
And that was a short hike to the next zip line.
Now we get a workout as well. It's hard work, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was hard work.
Working up here is.
Now the zip lines aren't cheap, but I think given the experience does take some time, several hours in fact, it's well worth the money I think. I think Deborah got the hang of it the second time. Didn't hear any harsh language on the way down. Finally all back at the start. Time to take stock and reflect on what had been a really enjoyable day. Even with Deb swearing.
Right down.
I think that made it even better actually.
Well, yeah, it isn't very graceful, is it?
Well, hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, again don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay safe and of course, thank you for watching.